technical glitches. I have fought all the technical glitches in the universe, and now we're here. So let's go. All right, guys. Who do I have online? Let's see. Oh, great. Masha just arrived. Hello, Masha. I was going to ask somebody about, but I'm not going to be cruel to you. I haven't seen you so much in this set of lectures. So, yeah, I was going to ask somebody online about some questions here, but I guess I'm not going to be so cruel to you, like, because I'm going to ask some concepts that maybe you missed. So, okay, Liz, can you help us a little bit? Are you there? Yeah, Mash, no, that was not it. I just wanted to troll you a little bit, and then I decided not to do it, basically. That's what I failed at saying. Lisa, are you there? I don't hear Lisa. Okay, Grisha. Yes, I want to interact with the online folk for a little bit. So, Lisa, can you tell me what is musical balance? The balance of music? Yeah. Okay, I understand. But give it another shot. Come on, like something more deep than that. You can also pass and say, I don't know, whatever, but...
Yeah, I know, but it's hard.
Ты хочешь попробовать объяснить по-русски?
Нет.
На русском тоже будет хуже. No, think about it for a moment. Like, I mean, I'm a sound engineer, and you're trying to explain me what is musical balance. How can you start doing that? Hey, wait, I'm just checking the level of the mic. Can I go to Grisha? I'm sorry, Lisa. I'm just going to move on because we have a lot of things to do. Can I go to Grisha? Grisha, bratan, can you tell me what is musical balance?
I might be messing it up, but I think it's balance between the instruments.
Correct. So...
the instruments involved in playing voice
and also, bro, don't forget, it's also about the balance between not only the instruments, but also the elements inside the instruments. Like, for example, kick, snare, you know, toms, guitar number 17. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So I would define musical balance like the gain relationships between musical elements, because between musical elements and elements of composite instruments. Composite means like a collection of things, like a group of things. So gain relations with the musical elements, and I would say, and inner parts of composite instruments, something like that. Great. So let's catch another online dude or dudette there quickly. So, you know that word, dudette? It's a really cool word. Gleb, are you there? Yeah, it's female dude. Yeah, it really exists. Okay, let me class Alexandra. Grab Alexandra, are you there? Boo. Кри-кри, Привет. Дашка. Классно. Okay, guys, I get it. Yeah, maybe it's answering on the Gleb. It's answering on the. Okay, let me move on. Online, guys, you had your chance, and you blew it. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay, let me see. Let me grab somebody here. Can you help me to tell me what spectral balance is? Come on, you've been coming to 4 weeks for a lecture. Come on, you can do it. Давай, Nastya. Can you please repeat? This is spectral or musical? Arrangement of the in a specific frequency range. Are you there? Yeah, found the reason, everything cool. Da? Can you hear me now? Guys?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, good, good, good. Okay, so defining linearity, I think that we have a couple of definitions there to give. So an audio process that when bypassed does not affect the signal, like an EQ is linear, or whenever we have it on, sorry, when not when bypassed, when not engaged. That's not the same as bypassed. Not engaged means that it's there, but I'm just not using it. Like bypassed means it's off. So another process when not engaged does not affect the signal, and also an audio process that, or I wouldn't say process, a piece of audio tech, like the quality of a piece of an audio tech, quality of a piece of an audio tech, that it's really hard to define. Like another process that when not engaged does not affect the signal. That's clear. The quality of a piece of an audio, or the quality of an audio technology. The capacity of an audio technology to alter signals in a linear way. That's what I want to say. It's really hard. The capacity of another technology to alter signals. I don't want to use the word coloring there. You see, if I just write there without coloring, like for me, it's super clear, but I don't want to use that word specifically. So yeah, let's go there. Let's go there. I really like it. Without adding yeah, without adding frequencies that are not desired by the user. Desired by the operation made by the user. And I would put as a third, I would specifically talk about microphones. A microphone that captures with absolute fidelity the frequency response of a sound source in a room. So let's see this again. Linearity would mean something like an audio process that when not engaged does not affect the signal. The capacity of an audio technology to alter signals without adding frequencies that are not desired by the operator. Let's call it like that. It's really easier like that. Are not desired by the operator. A microphone that captures, or a quality of microphones, let's say quality of microphones to capture with absolute fidelity. Yeah. The frequency response of a sound source in a room. Okay, what is frequency response? I'm going to add here. What is frequency response? Let's give this to Anna that just arrived and she's really ready to answer questions. What is frequency response, Anna, for you? Da! You are the one and only. I'm not ready. Oh. Dash, can you help us out? How would you define frequency response? It's like, oh, well, I was going to say such a bad joke. I better save it like that. I better not say it. Теперь хочется, верно? Huh? Nah, it was so bad. Don't torture me. I was going to say, like, when you call a frequency and it answers to you, you can see that's the level of tiredness. That's a low frequency. You guys never.
You're like,
Okay, let's. The frequency that's there. That's not a bad way to start. Like I mean it. Like the frequency. No, but I mean. Yeah, I got my answer. Adrashaitsa, what it means? Reflex. No, for sure not. Not like, I mean, if it were a game show, it would be like. Okay, I have an idea on how to define this. A really easy one. It's the timbral quality of a sound source measured in hertz. Oh, ага, ну что? Okay, let me explain that. Like, it's the timbral. Somebody wants to say something there. What's up, Grisha, bratan? You want? Go ahead. Yeah.
I don't remember it, but if I wrote like frequency response is the same as spectral balance.
Yes, and you're right. You're right, and you're right. They are synonymous sometimes, and I wanted to go there in a second. Timbral quality, and I think that that's what we can say the same about of a sound source measured in hertz. Now, like you see, let me just go here and put it next to spectral balance. What's the difference between spectral balance and and the frequency response? Like, I would say the following. I think that the difference between spectral balance and frequency response, these are super technical terms, guys, and it's really not important if you like absolutely know this by heart. Like, I mean, it's just gonna help you, and it's part of the course, so I'm kind of forced by the government to do this. No, I'm not, but anyways. So I think that the difference between spectral balance and frequency response comes like when you're thinking about spectral balance, you're thinking about the relationship between things. And imagine this, like, you can see the color blue, like the color green. Sorry, which color? Now, if you want to make blue, you'll take green and yellow, right? So you can see. If you want to make green, you take yellow and blue. If you want to make green, you take yellow and blue. So when you're talking about yellow and blue separately, and how they combine to produce a new color, you're talking about the spectral balance. But when you're talking about what the color of that is, it's blue. Like, you're talking about frequency response. You see? Like, that's. I think that's clear.
It's like the frequency that born when two
Yes.
frequencies combine.
I mean, kind of like one refers to the relationship,
Yeah.
and the other one refers to the. It's like kind of like who is Sirius is the product of Anya and Leo. So the frequency response of Sirius, the spectral balance of Sirius is like a bit of Leo and a bit of Anya, and the spectral balance of Sirius is how he looks. Kind of like, I don't know if that makes sense, or of links. So great. What does linearity mean? So, okay, we're saying an audio process that when not engaged doesn't affect the signal. That's really cool. The capacity of an audio technology to alter signals without adding frequencies that are not desired by the operator. That's great. A quality of Microsoft to captures with absolute fidelity the frequency response of a sound in a room. You see, I would never say here the spectral balance. Spectral balance is more a commerce. I remember once a sound engineer heard my mixes and he told me the spectral balance is wrong, and I knew what he meant. Like, I meant like, okay, this somehow doesn't sound like a real mix, like a reality. It somehow, but it like you would say the frequency response of this mic is not great, because I mean, he has this microphone internally has a spectral balance. I mean, it's kind of like listening all the spectrum and then favoring some frequencies and not paying attention to so many more to other frequencies in particular, and that produces a frequency response in particular. So I don't know if I think that the examples we made are kind of clear. So how would we define an equalizer then? Yeah, go ahead. Perfect. 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 The spectral balance of a sound source. Like, that's amazing definition. Nothing else to add there of a sound source. Great. So this is a hard one to define. I know we discussed it a lot. So what is a band? A group. Radiohead. Da. Nastia. Uh-huh. Yeah, I never defined it in the presentations. You're right. You're right. Yes, yes, correct. There, I would add just one word: range of frequencies. Frequencies that a filter will affect. Yeah, filter will affect. well, yeah, good point. Like, I mean, I think they are kind of connected, but like, let me just put it like this. I will call this a band is more like a region inside an EQ. Better to put it like that. I'll define it in a second better. It's a region inside an EQ. It shows the capacity that a certain frequency or it shows, look at this, the total bandwidth of a certain circuit inside an EQ. So let me just go and define bandwidth. So basically, imagine this. I have an EQ, and that EQ has 4 parts. God damn it, not working. Not even the marker is working. So I have an EQ, and that EQ has like low end, mid range, high range, low, mid, high. So the band, the low band, can be from 20 hertz to 100. That is the bandwidth of the band, literally. I know it sounds very, very redundant. That is the bandwidth of the band. Now, you can, inside the low end, you can only decide to EQ from 50 to 100. So now, you have a band 1. It's kind of like very stupid, and we're getting lost in a technicality that is not so important, but it's good that we're clarifying this. So the low end band can act in between 20 and 100 hertz. If I use all of this, then the band equals the bandwidth. Do you understand that? Yeah? Really? I just thought it was really badly explained. Like, you really do? No? Okay. No, I mean, it's like, look, let's say that you want to build an EQ. Okay, remember this. That's the best way to see it. Let's say that you want to build an EQ. And you buy some components, some electrical components to build your EQ. And you're going to have some components for the low end, some components for the mid-range, and some components for the high end. So those components dictate to you what are each one of those bands. A band is literally, you will understand this better if you think like an electrical engineer for a second. It's like, I'm not an electrical engineer. But what I'm trying to say is like if you're gonna make a, I don't know, like a layered cake, you need like the first layer, the second layer, and then the third layer of your cake, something like that. So the band is those layers of cake. You know, it's literally what you I mean, it's an electronic chip that you bought that it affects the low end. So what is the frequency range of that? It's like, let's say in this case is 80 hertz. Now, when you discuss the bandwidth, you're talking more about a particular operation that you're doing. You're not talking about that circuit anymore. That's kind of the difference. It's very tenuous, very small. You would never say something like the band of this EQ. I mean, imagine that you're equalizing a guitar and you're looking at a particular movement that you made with the EQ. You would never use the word band there. You would never say like, the band I used was 200. It's kind of like I was working in the first band of my EQ with a bandwidth of 100 hertz. Huh? It's like a sector. That's it. It's like a sector inside the EQ. Yeah, you see? You should give the class. And I should sit there in the puff. So, that's great. So, a region inside an EQ. Like, you see, that's what I call it initially. It shows the total bandwidth of a certain circuit inside a certain circuit. Now, then if I see bandwidth, I would say like a range of frequencies that a filter is affecting in a current operation. You see? Affecting in a current operation. Affecting in a current operation. So, that's awesome. Okay, so what's the crossover frequency then? So I have Grisha there, I guess. No, Lisa. Go ahead, Liz. Can you hear me?
It is a frequency in between bands.
Yeah, exactly. The frequency that determines the, I would call it border between bands. In big live sound systems, the crossover frequency is super important. Okay, so what is the Q control? And what is the word? It's a quality control. Yes. So what is it? What's up with the Q control? How else can we say about it? What is telling me? It's a formula. Okay. What else? Sorry? Can you? Cool. 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 Okay, so it's like how much frequencies around the center frequencies are getting affected. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Okay, how much frequencies are around the sector frequency? Let's try to give it a better definition. Like, range? It's a range of frequencies that are getting affected around the. And you said something around. You said something about the slope that was really cool. I mean, it's kind of like the range of frequencies and the slope. I just really trying to find a better definition. And I think that I should just go to the definition that I have here because I just not want to get it wrong. So I have it here really, and we have a good definition, and we all know what it is. It was in the first one we did. No, in here in part 3, I think it was. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, here it is. So we have here represents the width. This is wrongly written. Width. Like, how do you write this? How do you write it? It's with WH. Like WHI, right? Something like that? No? How do you write it? It's width. Okay. So it represents the width of the frequency range that the EQ is going to affect. Okay, that's cool. It's actually a ratio. Yeah, that's the way to call it, man. It's a ratio that represents. The ratio is a really mathematical concept, and so it's a ratio that represents the frequency range that will be affected by the operation. Okay, are we happy with that definition? So what's the formula? Cutoff? Точно? Central frequency? Yeah. Нет, это не то же самое. Cutoff it's like a central frequency, not even a central frequency, the initial frequency of a low pass or a high pass. I would say it better. I mean, because that's why it's called cutoff. I mean, I'm being like super annoying. I know that you get it, but the central frequency divided by what? By the bandwidth. Cool. This is very bad marker. The bandwidth, and this is the Q factor. So what does it mean if I have a EQ factor of 5? What's happening? It's really narrow. Great. Correct. And if I have a Q factor of 0.1, it's really wide. Like, great. Okay, that's really cool. That's really obvious and everything great. So how would you define harmonics? Obviously not in music. I mean, I'm talking more about in audio, the engineering theory. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other messages here? Liana, do you have something? Sorry to pick you up. Excuse me. Do you have any ideas of how to define harmonics? I really didn't mean to bother you. I just saw you and I was like, hey, wait. How would you define harmonics? Any way you want. Just try to define it any way. It would be hard for you to define it? Uh-huh. Sure. Define it with the piano. Define it with the piano. How would you define it with the piano? So in music theory, harmonics are notes that are related to each other. Yeah? Yeah? And what are notes? I mean, for a sound engineer, what is a note? It starts with F. Frequency. Yes, you got it. It's a frequency. So you see, there are frequencies that are related with each other. That's the way to define harmonics. It's like a set of frequencies that are related mathematically with each other. Like, great. That's cool. And that's exactly all we need to say. It's like a set of frequencies that are mathematically related to one another. And now, one could say, what can say, but everything is related mathematically with one another. I mean, really, because you can say, well, the number 777 is also connected to the number 44 because you can divide them, you know. So, a set of frequencies that are mathematically related to each other. I would add here something that there is harmonious and inharmonious relationships. Neos and inharmonious. I mean, what I'm trying to say by that is that there are stronger relationships than others. Like when those relationships are whole, like 2, 4, 6, 8, like these relationships are stronger. When they are odd, these relationships are like, let's say, more aggressive to the ear, something like that. Harmonious, and that's what the study I posted in the channel, I don't know if you've seen it or if you read what I wrote there, it's like, it's really interesting. It's like they grabbed some babies and they showed them music, and it was like and they were trying to test their reaction towards music, and so they showed harmonious music, like, I don't know, some Bach piece, and some, like, I don't know, hardcore punk moment, like, I don't know what song they were showing to babies to see how they react. And they were expecting that all babies were going to react positively to consonants. But they won't. They were not. Like, there are some babies that like more dissonance than consonants, you know. And that's really interesting. Maybe that's why some of us grow up to like some music that is dissonant. I mean, we were just born like that. Something like that. Yeah. I guess that in my case, it's kind of like that. There's no escape there. I was the baby who was like, yeah! Yeah, fuck back. Yeah. So harmonics are a set of frequencies that are mathematically related to each other. There are harmonious relationships. Harmonious, I would say, even. You know what I mean by even? It's like 2, 4, 8. And inharmonious relationships. I think it's called like that. Harmonious relationships. Odd. So what are the type of filters? There are only a bunch. Go ahead. To the ones online, and Estes has a question about the harmonics. Go ahead. Correct. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Correct. Harmonics. Exactly, but like, let's open 1 second. I'm going to open Ableton Live 1 second, and I'm going to open a microphone here. And I'm going to show you harmonics without an EQ. This is a MIDI track. Wait. Hey, external int. No. Audio from. Yeah, it should be. I guess that the sound card is not selected. Just a moment. Core audio. Sorry. What the hell? Yeah, everything cool now. Hey. Okay. Let's just put this here and load an EQ. Equalizer, audio effects, equalizer 8. And let's load this. And you can already see the harmonics there. Ooh. So, I mean, those are frequencies that are mathematically related to each other. I mean, look. Ooh. And so this concept of harmonics, it's not connected to equalization. It doesn't appear when we equalize. It's just a fact of nature, you know. Whenever something vibrates, it kind of like the main vibration that you record, you know, when I say record, that you identify, it's not the only vibration that is happening. That's what a pure tone is. A pure tone, it's a sound that has only one harmonic. That's exactly the definition of it. Now, a complex tone, let's see it in Ableton. Are you following me there, Nastia? Yes? So pure tones in nature don't exist. really. I don't know. I really think that there is one thing that in nature that can produce a pure tone. And if you would guess it, I will give you $1 million. If you guess what I'm thinking, I would really do it. I will give you all my Bitcoins if you will guess what I'm thinking right now. I'm not kidding. So I'm going to give you three chances, okay, to guess it. Hole in the mountain and the wind. Nah, has harmonics. So already one chance was blown. Like, dude, you blew the chance. Huh? So no, that counts like a second one. No, I'm kidding. So, the first scream of the baby. Nah, super harmonics. Dude, that has a lot of harmonics. So you have one last chance, man. It's like a lot of Bitcoins, guy. Come on. I mean, there is 0% chance that you're going to guess this. Like, I know, that's why I'm so certain. Like, I'm really serious. If you guess it, I will give you all my Bitcoins. Like, okay, I'm not going to be so brutal. I'm not going to be so brutal. Last chance, so I'm going to be a bit more kind. Okay, okay. And look, to be kind, I'm gonna give the online guys one shot, and that would augment it to 4 options. Okay, so I'll give you one more option. You guys think? I'm gonna ask the online guys. Guys, we're making a bet here. I'm betting that if anybody guess what I think is the only thing in the universe that produces pure tones in nature, I will give you all my Bitcoins. If you guess what I'm thinking, can you try there? I will send you like a shitcoin or something. Yeah. No. Guys, online, any ideas? Try to give it a shot. What in nature will produce a pure tone? Блять. Guys, I will really not give you all my Bitcoins, okay, but he guessed it, really. I'm sorry, but I will not give you all the finance, all the funds of my family. I was never expecting that, but he really guessed it. It was a quasar. It was a quasar, yeah. I'm sorry to not fulfill my promise, but I never thought you were gonna guess it. And I have to be honest, I just not gonna give you all the savings of my family, because just one. But you really, I will buy your coffee or something, because you really guessed it. Like the only thing in nature, I think. The only thing in nature, sorry guys, that it was, I have to shut my mouth now from now on and stop putting my Bitcoins on the table, because I never thought you, yeah, like, actually, you know what I will give you a bit of Bitcoin. I will give you a bit of Bitcoin. Like, I'll buy a bit of Bitcoin, I'll give it to you, like a little bit, yeah, for sure. And by the way, I do want to make a crypto lecture, like in my, in my tutor hours. I want to make like a all over. Yeah, like let's call like an all over or like school. Everybody can talk about it. You guessed it. You really guessed it. And I'll buy you some Bitcoin and I'll send it to you like a little bit. And that's cool. So we can, yeah. So look. What are we talking about? It's like, I mean, exactly what I wanted to say. It's like, but I didn't actually. Technically, you didn't won, but you were so close. What I wanted to say was a neutron star. Like exactly what I wanted. What I was thinking was a neutron star, which is not a quasar, but you were so close that I couldn't just like hide it, like keep it. So neutron stars are stars that it's kind of like when a very big star is collapsing and it's like kind of gravitationally into itself. Like there is a point that it's so dense. No, it's not. That would be. It's like almost before. It's before a black hole. It's close to a black hole. That imagine like a neutron star. A neutron star can be the size of like 100 suns, like 100 times the size of the sun, but it spins 2,000 times per second. The whole thing. So I think that this will generate a pure tone. Like if you were able to come close to this, I mean, because it has an atmosphere. You need to have sound to have an atmosphere, blah, 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 whatever. You need to have an atmosphere to have sound. So, good, man. We will arrange this. I'll send you some sats for sure. Like, we need to sort this out. Like, you got it, man. That was really good. That was really amazing. So, gotta put your money where your mouth is, they say. So in Venezuela, I don't know why, we will say that happens for being such a frog. That you will tell this to me. Like, eso te pasa por sapo. Sapo means it's like, you know, like frogs are just there like like speaking a lot, you know, like they just say too many things that maybe they shouldn't say, you know, they're just speaking all the time. So Sapo is a guy who just like, you know, comes like, oh yeah, nobody will guess this, and then it's like, guessed. There you go, motherfucker. Shouldn't have said that in the first place. Okay, anyways, thank you, man. That was really cool. So, so, I mean, I feel absolutely humiliated, but it's great. That was the point of this class. It was worth, guys, to get up today and come here for you. Okay, so great. Just in case for those of you online, what happened is that Sasha guessed it. So that was really remarkable, and I will fail my promise to send all my Bitcoins, but I will send some Satoshis with the Lightning Network, and that's why I want to use it, because I want to use the Lightning Network. Okay, so what are the type of filters, guys? High pass, low pass, band pass, bell, and that's it, right? There's nothing else. Yeah, that's all. I think that's all. And then we have a conversation here, which is passive EQs. This sound is driving me a little bit crazy. I will switch it off. I will close the window, and then we can open it again. I mean, has there been one peaceful day when there is no sound there? Like, what the fuck is going on there, man? Like, it's just every day. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so what's the difference between passive EQs and active EQs? Remember? Passive stop? Add frequencies. And active, no. Let's try to, you're getting closer, that's cool. Active, the active, oh, I wouldn't call it like that. I mean, the main difference, let's say the difference is, we're trying to define a difference. The difference is how they are built. Remember something about this? Remember something about this, about how they are built? Let's see, because I mean, I explained it. Passive EQs versus active EQs. Let's see if maybe a video can help us to visualize this. Let's see if this, I mean, this video, it looks already like a bit crap, like there is nothing. No, this is 28 minutes. I wanted to see if we can see some sorta like a diagram or. Nah. Look, guys. Let's let me just do it myself. DIY. So, okay. I told you that there are two principles of how we apply whenever thinking about how equalizers work, and so one of them is kind of like this. Remember, Sebastian gave a really cool example. Sebastian told us, like, if you want to stop alpha, beta, or gamma radiation, you're going to need different types of metal. So the case is like, okay, let's say you have alpha radiation, and so you're going to put here, like, I don't know, lead. You have beta radiation, and you're going to put here, I don't know, copper, whatever that is, and you have gamma radiation, and you're going to have to put here, let me change this lead. That's lead. Yeah, that's going to be lead here, down here, and that's the hardest type of radiation. And here, whatever, I'm going to put like just iron, whatever. Yeah, iron. Iron. So, okay, so if I run, yeah, if I run radiation through iron, then what comes out of it is a little bit less radiation. Like some radiation stays here, some radiation stays here, some radiation stays here, depending on the metal. That radiation is frequency dependent. Like this, what the difference between alpha, beta, and gamma radiation is just the frequency, literally. It's like alpha radiation is like, I don't know, whatever, petahertz. Gamma radiation is whatever, exahertz, I don't know, and alpha radiation is whatever, megahertz. So I put a piece of metal to stop certain frequencies of a radiation type or an energy type to go through. That's a passive process. You see what I mean? It's like the system is there standing, and then electricity is running through it, and the physical slash atomic characteristics of the metal are just stopping certain frequencies from going through. So a passive EQ works with that principle. It's like you put a piece of metal, the electricity runs through a piece of metal, and the atomic qualities of that piece of metal filter certain frequencies, literally. So the exact thing, how it works, is like when you run electricity. Sorry? He lets go some frequencies and doesn't let go some. So it's connected with the conversation of the bands, by the way. So you see, like, depending on which resistors or components you're going to put there, you're going to have a certain band, because not like certain types of metals or alloys is better said, because it's a combination of metals, will stop certain frequencies and would let others through. I tell you a message to the future. Like, one day you will see this with a person who is an electrical engineer, like in the future. Actually, maybe with Ilya, you will see it a bit closer. And then some of you will see it with Sergei Praskuryakov. And please don't write me an email telling me, like, everything you told us was a lie. I mean, I don't claim to know this, like, perfectly. Like, somebody's going to maybe correct me in the future, but this is a good way to orient yourself. Like, an active EQ rather uses phase differences to fix equalization problems. And so that's why they're cheaper, kind of, and I would say they're more also, that's why also they add non-desirable noise. You know, they add non-desirable noise to the audio that I was inputting. Why do I call it non-desirable noise? It's not cool. That's it. That's what I mean. Just uncool noise. So, how do we define? What's the difference between passive and active EQs? The difference relates to how they are built. Passive EQs work with atomic principles / frequency filtering capacities of certain materials. Active EQs work with phase differences. Okay, and a last question I have here. What is a dynamic EQ? Then, what is a dynamic EQ? Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the way to define that, I'm gonna hold it. You got it. You know what it is. I'm gonna hold it on you, and I want to see over you there, guys. Do you know what a dynamic EQ is? Can you define it? Or somebody online? You got it right. It's just. It's a more complicated EQ, yes? Okay, but that doesn't tell me anything, kind of. It's like, okay. It's like, I know, I'm just kidding. I'm going to troll a bit. Like, I know how to speak German. It's a more it's a more difficult English. English with other frequencies. I'm just trolling, yeah. Okay, you're getting there. You're getting there. So let's give it another spin. I'm gonna move to somebody else. Nastya, can you help me? No, you cannot help me. Okay, a dynamic equalizer. Let's start defining it in a bit of a rough way. It's an equalizer that is not always working. It's not always active. It's not always doing something. Like, so it has a trigger. Exactly. So it has a trigger. So it means that it is. The best way to define it, I guess, it would be it is level-dependent EQ. What I mean by that it will perform an operation depending on what's the level of a certain frequency. So it's an equalizer that is not always active, that has a threshold, and then whatever signal crosses the threshold, it will perform the equalization to it. But let's try to get like a bit of a Wikipedia definition just to get it a bit more in better words than what I can put now. Dynamic EQ. So let's see how do we. I would love to see just like a Tupa Wiki article, but I don't see it here. Audacity Laboratories. Well, I guess the first one will help us. Let's see. Dynamic. So I just want to see if we can get a definition. Blurs the line with the frequency and dynamics. What is a dynamic EQ? So it's a form of equalization processing that combines traditional EQ with elements of dynamic control. Normally found in compressor and exciter. Works similar to a traditional EQ. Instead of fixed gain value for each EQ band. Well, I want one definition, but you can cut or boost. So I would say like an EQ that has an adaptable gain reduction, that offers adaptable gain reduction based on the principles gain reduction that's triggered by a threshold. Make sense? An EQ that offers adaptable gain reductions that's triggered by a threshold. Cool. Okay, guys. So, like I was telling you, I wanted to kind of like do some little recording here. I had this. I always, when I build a lecture, I always think like, what if the recap I'm gonna do is super boring and then nobody cares and then I need to. So I had a plan B. The plan B was to record something, but we have kind of 20 minutes left, and I don't think it's so wise to try to do that right now, considering the amount of time that we have left. But I do think that there is a thing that I really want to do. So we finish with the recap. Like this is kind of like everything that is going to be there. There's nothing special. I will ask you to calculate some cues, and I will give you like a little thing to equalize, and then you need to upload like a file or something. So that's it. Let me try to open Pro Tools because I wanted to show there is something I think it would be really, really useful for us now. What I want to do in this end of the lecture is to discuss something I understood kind of last week, and it's super basic. It's kind of like when we look at an equalizer visualizer, like what the hell is happening there? What am I looking at? What are those numbers? What does it all mean? Like, I think that's a useful thing. I just need to kind of log in to my iLog. I don't know what's up here. And manager or something, like, so I can open Pro Tools. iLog account, yeah. So and then oh no. Is that good or bad? It just closed. I don't know. The reason why I want to go to Pro Tools is because I couldn't get here to work. I couldn't get here the plugin Pro Q3. That's why I wanted to just try to do it in Pro Tools. It works, but it's not opening. You're right. You're right. That's really true. But anyways, I Pro Q, you see, like it's just not there for some reason. Yeah. Well, we can start with this. Like, what are you seeing there? What is it? I mean, I know it's pretty obvious what we're discussing, but what are you seeing here? Like, what is this mountain of movement there? Can you describe it to somebody? Well, I'm trying to fix Pro Tools. Yeah, but I mean, what does this mean? Like, if I stand in this point here, what is that point of information telling me? There is only one correct answer there. Here, for example. So what do you mean by the amount? It starts with A in English. Maybe it helps you. Close there. There is a more technical word there. Amplitude, yes. It's telling me the amplitude of a certain frequency. Like, and here, what are you seeing there? What's the totality of this image? What's the totality of this image? What are you seeing there? What is this? We discussed it today. Huh? What is this, like this image here? I mean, I know you know it. I'm just like kind of losing you with the question. That's the spectral balance of my voice. That's the spectral balance of my voice. What this equalizer is showing you is the spectral balance of my voice. Now, here is some tricky thing that I don't know. I get lost a little bit sometimes in these readings. Like you see, these are the decibels, but this is what I kind of understood last week. Like you have decibels on the left, but this doesn't mean that my let's say the component of my voice, ooh, what's its frequency? Let me see. Ooh, at 140. It's not at plus 6 hertz right now. You see? So what does it mean that plus 6 hertz? Look at this plus 6 here. What does it mean? I don't need to renew anything. All I need is just my... So, what are you seeing there? This is so annoying. I just need the iLock. It should work already. What you're seeing here, guys, is like the EQ is showing you, and in Pro Q3 it's shown so clearly. I guess that if I open, I'm gonna open the mixing session I did last night, and I want to open with iLock, yes, and sorry guys, just a moment. Was that my iLock ID? I don't know. The license is cannot continue this time. Thanks. I think it's a VPN crap. I think it's a VPN crap, and I'm not gonna fix it right now. What I'm trying to show you there, I think that Pro Q3 shows it a lot easier and a lot better. Yes, but like what I want to show, what I want to describe here, like what I'm trying to show you, like what are those numbers? That's what I kind of understood yesterday, kind of like a week ago. I know it's late, but I kind of finally got it. You see, like Pro Q3 shows you two numbers here. Now, notice the one on the right. Where does it ends? In 0, right? And the one on the left, the yellow ones, ends in plus 12. So the one on the left is showing you what are you doing with the EQ? Like you are boosting 6. I don't know, whatever it's this frequency, 7 kilohertz. You're boosting it by 3.5 decibels or 4 decibels. But the actual output of that frequency is kind of like minus 66 decibels FS. You see? You don't get it? Okay, look. Let me use this little thing here. So look, like if I follow this point here, I will arrive to. Let's please look first at the gray numbers here. If I follow this point here, I will arrive to minus 75. You agree? Now, at the same time, that same frequency is experiencing a boost of 3 decibels. I mean, I'm trying to boost something that was really quiet. I was trying to boost something that was really quiet. And look, in the case of, that's the magic of this EQ. That is how amazing it is. Look at, and this is really important, guys. Like, if you will get this, you will, I mean, and I'm really honest with you. Like, I kind of got this with all my power. It was like 2 weeks ago. I was like, ah, shit, that's what that visualizer means. Like, look, you see, he's showing me 2 curves here. Like, one is before processing. Oh, that's obvious. And the one is after processing. So I have before processing on the back and after processing on the front. Now, I am making a minus 6 decibel cut. And the change that I am obtaining, it's not a reduction of 6 decibels. You see? Because the 6 decibels happens only to the frequency center frequency. Look, I mean, you would expect all this thing to go down 6 decibels, but it really goes from -6 to -9, kind of. Look at it here. You see? So that's a good way to know if you require EQing too much. I mean, that's if you use Pro Q3, which is amazing, but if you don't use it, well, buy it. I really think that everybody needs to have this EQ. Like, it costs like $60 or something. And you really need to have it, like, or to pirate it, whatever. Yeah, I guess that it's possible, but it's without any question the best EQ in the market. Like, and look at the low end. This is really interesting. I made a high pass, right? That is separating my original signal here. You see, like, I'm cutting all this low end all the way to here. So I can actually have an idea of how much I cut there by that bypass. It's kind of like 2.5 decibels was the effect. And what I'm trying to say with this is, like, the EQs, they do less than what you think they're doing. But the effects of what they are doing are greater than what you can imagine. Kind of. Because, I mean, when you're making a low-pass filter like this, I think that what you were imagining, and maybe I was imagining too, was like, there is no frequencies here anymore. Yeah? You see what I mean? That's the point of this moment of the lecture. And it's like, no, dude, like, there's a lot of those frequencies still there. I mean, you perform the cut, like, for example, here, but and in our imagination, it's kind of like from here downwards, there's nothing, you know, and that's not true. And also, our imagination is like, whoa, this is a lot, and it's like, well, but look at the effect, you know, it's very small effect actually. And that's why this particular visualizer is so powerful, and that's why EQ is so amazing. I mean, wow, and that's some really serious low-pass filter, by the way. That's a brick wall there. And it's a pity that I cannot open to you. Like, I'm really pissed off that I cannot open to you. Maybe, wait. This is really weird. It's really weird that it's not there. Maybe, let me see it yeah, you see, like, I don't even see here the manufacturer. I forgot the fab filter. Like, it's not here. You see, and VST also not here. Waves, these are all waves, and VST3, and it sucks. Isotope, no. Isotope has an active equalizer, but it's just like it's unmatched. If I try to download the iLok license manager, I have a feeling that with the iLok license manager, if I download it, I think I may be gonna be able to open Pro Tools just in one click, and then we will see it, because I'm sure that that it works in Pro Tools. 6 seconds and we're in. So let me just give it a shot. It's gonna be worth it. Just to try. I'll stay like some 5 minutes over. So license support. Continue. Agree. Macintosh ID. Meanwhile, I can show you the song of my holiday while I'm trying to. Come on, I don't have 181 megabytes. Like, dude, this is so cruel. It's so cruel on me. Let me just delete all of these. This is so cruel, guys. Empty trash. So can I please try? 181 megabytes available. Yeah, great. So, meanwhile, while I'm doing this, let me try to play that song again that I was trying to play. It didn't work because there was no space, right? Anyways, everything is a failure. Move to trash. I don't even know what is this. It's, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Ужас. Так. iLok license manager. So let's log in to the iLok license manager. There it is, Leo Studio B. And so, why I don't get Pro Tools to open? Well, boo, and 3 million times boo. So, what is my next option? Quickly. What is my next option? Is to whatever. That's really annoying. That's really fucking annoying. I'm thinking. How can I sort this quickly? No. Ah, yeah, I wanted to try to switch on the VPN, but that may kill the translation, guys. So if it does, I'm sorry. Let me try to switch on the VPN, and that's all. Just to see if that's what's keeping Ableton from Pro Tools from connecting. Just a second online, friends. Sorry for this. I'm gonna stop the presentation 1 sec. Yes. The shark. Yeah, here it is. So let's connect via Brazil and so allow. Where is it? Firewall, no privacy, what? I'm back here. Let's see if I can finally open it. Here's Subshark. Let's try again. Like, I mean, to see if Pro Tools now lets me register. They are really aggressive with all of this stuff. So, no. Okay, let me try another way. Niet. Oh shit, I think I had it running and I closed it. Continue. Damn it. And what about Reaper? I'm gonna try with Reaper actually. Maybe Reaper works. Yeah, I'm trying with Reaper, guys, just to see if I can get it to run. I guess that it's lame and we lost all the momentum of the lecture thanks to these technical difficulties, but Boo. This is so cheaty. No, it's just reading all the VSTs and everything. Like the sound engineering, the sound engineering course in MMS is in Reaper. By the way, I didn't want that, but it's just like Avid is really aggressive to Russia right now. Sorry, guys, online and everybody. I'm sorry for this fiasco. Enceladus is connected. And Reaper quit. Come on. Like, come on, bro. All right, the VPN worked. Or not. Close other ILO cloud session, okay. Your account already has a cloud session open. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, fucking VPNs, man. That was it. Well, not. Yeah, we're in. All right, guys, we are in. Guys, online and everybody, I got it. So let's go. Let's go quickly. Just 1 minute of your attention and we go. So, I can show you this mix. It's not here. Music, software. Yeah, let me just open this one. I guess Silent Echo. Yeah, Silent Echo is so great. Okay. Drums rec. Edit. Edit.
Let's talk
you.